Hello students, welcome to the Learning Management System organized by Department of College and Technical Education, Government of Karnataka. This is the session number 6 of the subject Project Management and Valuation for the 6th semester students. The unit is Introduction to Project Management, and this is the first unit. And in this session I am going to cover the following contents, that is, and the whole session I am going to explain you about the organization of Public Works Department, organization of Karnataka Public Works Department, and there will be a multiple choice question test. So, what is the organization of Public Works Department? So, this Public Works Department is a department which will be undergoing or which will be executing the construction projects such as roads, such as buildings and dams, irrigation canals, power plant, irrigation canals, irrigation canals will be done by irrigation department. Majorly roads, buildings, such as college buildings, institutional buildings, and vidhan mini vidhan sodas, whatever that is going to come in the taluks and villages and the districts headquarters, and all those buildings and roads will be finished by this public works department. Okay, there will be two subheads. There will be a public works department in state government and a public works department in the center. The state government public works department is the contributing majorly towards the developmental projects that is going to be handled in any state. Even if we are enjoying good roads or good hospitals and institutional buildings, that has been done by this public works department through online tendering, e-tendering, and they are executing these projects by contractors, namely class 1 contractor, class 2 contractor, and class 3 contractor. So they will be given these works, and the public works department staff will be guiding and be supervising those works. So the one speciality of public works department is it is going to execute the projects worth around crores, 100 crores or 1000 crores projects they are going to execute. Because if we want to connect between two districts, a state government, state highways, the roads will be executed by this public works department. And coming to national highway, it may come into the center. Central fund will be there. And even the total Karnataka state has been divided into corporations, town panchayats, purasabes, nagarasabes. So all those government departments will also be executing the projects, but the funding will be little lesser for them compared to the public works department. So the quantum of project developmental work that will be happening is also lesser compared to public works department. So this public works department PWD is going to execute the projects such as roads, water supply, sewerage supply, buildings. Excuse me. Nowadays, the sewerage supply, that is the underground drainage works, will be executed by, and major water supply projects will be handled by Karnataka Urban Water Supply Board and Drainage Board. And public works department are dedicated only for construction of buildings such as Mini Vidhan Soda, Ambedkar Bhavans, and Samudaya Bhavans, and government chowdhuries and roads. So those projects will be handled by them. So the central and state public works department works under the control of one or more than one minister. There will be a minister in the cabinet portfolio of any state government of India that will be dedicated to this, that is Government Minister for Public Works Department. And at the present situation, we are going to have Sir Shri Govinda M. Karjol, Honorable Deputy Minister, and also the PWD Minister, Government of Karnataka. and he is the head of the Public Works Departmental Organization. He is the one who is going to control the complete organization of this Public Works Department. But the minister is being assisted by an administrative secretary in each department. So in Public Works Department and all those technical and administrative works will be done under the administrative secretary. So at present we are having Sri Dr. Rajneesh Goyal IAS as additional chief secretary to Government of Karnataka and PWD, and Sri K.S. Krishna Reddy is the secretary for Government of Karnataka of Public Works Department. So under the minister there will be administrative secretaries and secretaries for the Government of Karnataka PWD department who are going to administer the Public Works Department of Government of Karnataka. And this is the organization chart of Karnataka Public Works Department Administration. In the topmost position, there will be a PWD minister. Under PWD minister, there will be principal secretary for public works, for ports, and for inland and water transport. So the public works is what we have discussed now, and ports means in the seashores there will be construction of ports for uh, berthing of ships, for shifting of cargoes. Inland water transport means the transport for transport of minor transportation. Under principal secretary, there will be secretary to public works, ports, and inland water transport. So the principal secretary is the chief who is going to be responsible for the PWD minister, and then under the principal secretary there will be secretariats for each department, it is public works, ports, and inland water transport. And below the secretariat of public works there will be a technical team. This is a completely technical team. There will be chief engineer for communication and buildings south zone, chief engineer for communication and buildings north zone, chief engineer for national highway. So these are the three technical team who are going to call the tenders and award the contracts, and we are going to finish the projects all over the state. And then principal chief architect will be also reporting to the secretary. So principal chief architect is responsible for preparation of drawings that has to be submitted to the chief engineers of communication or chief engineers of north and south zones. And also director for ports and inland water transport is also reporting to the secretary. And since we are into this public works department, we will be concentrating only on chief engineer communication and building south, chief engineer communications building north, and then chief project officer Karnataka State Highway Improvement is also reporting to the secretariat, and managing director of Karnataka Road Development Corporation Limited also reporting to the secretary. And under this communication and building south zone and communication and buildings north zone, that is the chief engineer is the head of the zone. There are three zones: E is south zone, north zone, and national highway. Under that chief engineer there will be superintendent engineers. It may be the numbers may increase based on the number of circles. Zones are divided into circles, and that much superintendent engineers will be posted. And below the superintendent engineers it is divided into divisions, subdivisions. That is, executive engineer will be having the powers, and below the executive engineer there will be assistant executive engineer, and below assistant executive engineer there will be assistant engineer, and below the assistant engineer actually it is junior engineer. But in today's present status, assistant engineer and junior engineer are given the same responsibilities, but junior engineer has to assist assistant engineer, and then comes the contractor. So this is the technical team of the organization. The first and foremost, that is chief engineer, who comes under directly to the secretariat of the public works department, who will be reporting to the chief secretary. Chief secretary who is answerable to the minister. So the chief engineer, as I told you, the total state government has been divided into three zones: communications and buildings. North zone has having one chief engineer. Communication and building south zone will be having one chief engineer, and communication and building national highway will be having chief engineer. For national highway will be having one chief engineer. So the responsibility of chief engineer is he is the administrative head of the department, and he is responsible to government. So whatever the pros and cons that are going in the developmental works, he will be the responsible person. It may be the awarding of, he will be in the stage from the scratch, from initiation of proposal to the final finishing of the project. He will be handling the reports, and he will be handling the progress of the project. And as and when the government changes the priority of the work, he has to act according to it. He prepares the annual budget estimate related to works under his control. So generally, there will be an annual budget that will be taking place annually, and that the budget will be presented by the finance minister of government of Karnataka. So actually, this public works is going to take the major amount in the budget, because it involves the developmental works. It involves lots of money. So the chief engineer of that zone is responsible for giving the requirement of the amount for 1 year. For the particular year, what is the total amount required to his department for initiating the proposals or progressing the projects, or after the successful completion also, what is the amount pending that should be prepared by the chief engineer and his subordinates. He prepares important schemes related to public works, and he is going to get approved by government. So as and when in the progress of this organization, the lot of changes or lot of schemes are coming into the organization. There are some important schemes that may be public private partnership. It may be also giving their rates schedule, preparation of schedule of rates, and also any changes in the organization. So these are all will be prepared by the chief engineers. And also, while awarding the contract, if there are any conditions that has to be made, so those, and in order to create transparency and also for the faster successful completion, what are all the schemes and what are all the general things that has to be changed, that will be proposed by the chief engineer to the government of Karnataka, and compulsorily has to take the permission of the approved government of Karnataka. So he is the technical advisory to the government related to the public works. So generally, the public will be demanding about the projects. Say for example, ಒಂದು ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ರಸ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಆ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ರಸ್ತೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ MLA ಗೆ ಅವರು ಮನವಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. MLA ಇಂದ ಅದು ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಮನವಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಜನ. ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ದ ಚೀಫ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಚೀಫ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, the feasibility of the project ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ based on the traffic data, based on the budget, what is the budget is going to take, and ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ whether it is feasible or not. So ಈ ತರ he will be the technical advisory to the government related to the public works. So he is the engineer in chief for proper planning, surveying, investigation, designing, execution, and maintenance of all the works in his department. So recently there was a big project that was announced and it is in execution stage, that is Ethinavolu Yojana, lifting of water from the Mangaluru, not exactly Mangaluru, from 8 holes at Sakleshpura to the upper parts of like Bangalore, Chikballapura, Kolar, Tumkur. So this, there has to be some planning, and there will be survey about the availability of water and requirement of power and total length of pipeline to be laid, total number of reservoirs to be made. So these are all the technical data that may be outsourced to an agency for preparation of it. That is called as design brief report ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು, DBR. So chief engineer will be regularly having discussing with the subordinates regarding the preparation of the design brief reports about the feasibility study and also the design part, and he is going to suggest about any changes in the design, and any value addition should be made. All these things will be guided by chief engineer. So, and also maintenance of all the works in his department, he will be responsible. So maintenance means when the project is, when the project has been successfully completed also, that is not the final responsibility of a public works department. There should be continuous maintenance of the buildings for its ultimate and optimum usage. So this, if any painting work should be done in the building, the request should be given to the chief engineer. Like that, he will be frequently or often more oftenly visiting the big projects and checking about the regular maintenance of the works which come under his jurisdiction. So these are the different responsibilities of chief engineer. He is answerable to the secretariat. So he is having very plenty of responsibilities. Under chief engineer, there will be superintendent engineer. Chief engineer is the head of the zone. Now the zone will be divided into circles. The PWD has divided the work area of the states into circles. So the superintendent engineer will be the administrative and professional head of the circle. So will be reporting to the chief engineer, and he should see that all the works are executed as per rules and regulations. So basically, when the contract has been awarded to the contractor, he will be executing the job. Superintendent engineer has to more oftenly visit the site, and he has to compare whether the project has been going in according to the specifications, and also for smooth flow of the progress of the project, it is required to have a smoother flow of finance. That is, proper bill payment should be made to the contractor. If there is delay in the bill payment, then the work will be struck and the project time is going to increase. So superintendent engineer has to manage the availability of funds. He has to see the accounts that are maintained properly. He inspects various works in his circle and also stores of the division. There will be a lot of materials, construction materials that may be purchased in the stores. He should make a regular visit to the stores also, and also he has to continuously visit the sites of bigger projects, and he has to check whether the works has been executed according to the drawings and also the quality of the work. Otherwise, he has the right to recommend to the blacklist the contractor if the work is not going to be satisfied in respect to quality, and if there are any complaints that are coming from public. So that authority superintendent engineer is having, and also he arranges the procurement of stores required and transfer of surplus stores. So also, if there is any extra requirement of stores for that state or for the district, he will be uh, sorry, for the district he will be initiating the proposal, so that The materials are is in under the safe condition. He controls the budget grants and allotment of funds in his circle. I think in every constituency there are 224 constituencies in Karnataka state. For every constituency there will be limited budget for these developmental works, and superintendent engineer has to coordinate with the GOK, Government of Karnataka. He should be in regular touch for the availing the budget grants, because if the budget getting the funds will be delayed, if there are more works and no budget, there will be no development at all. So he has to negotiate and he has to coordinate with the Public Works Department, Government of Karnataka, to get the budgets regularly. Under his guidance, the schedule of rates for the area is prepared and submitted to the government for approval. So every year there will be one book prepared by the PWD, that is called as SR book. This is called as schedule of rates. So in the estimation in the last semester, you have learned how to do the rate analysis of different items like concrete, earthwork, or PCC, shuttering, steel. Almost all the items rate per quantity. It may be concrete, it may be in cubic meter, or shuttering, it may be in square meters. Every year, under the jurisdiction of guidance of superintendent engineer, the rates will be updated. It may be either high or it may be either low. Okay. So this will be done by the guidance of superintendent engineer. Rate analysis will be done. The rate for each item and will be submitted for the government of approval. So for example, there was in last year when there were e-tendering for the works called in the corporations for the road works. All the contractors were putting below 20% or 21% continuously, consistently. So next superintendent engineer immediately take an action, since all the contractors are applying 20% less. I think he took a call of reducing the rates of the concrete item for the road. Schedule of rates, he has reduced the rates because all the contractors are applying below it. So they will be doing the rate analysis as per the market rate. That is called a schedule of rates. Is also the responsibility of SC. Under SC there will be executive engineer. So after zones into circles, then circles are divided into divisions. So for each individual division, the executive engineer will be responsible for all the works and also for maintaining the accounts. So he, along with his coordinates like assistant engineer and AEE, assistant executive engineer, and JE, he is going to prepare the plans. He is going to prepare the estimates, and he is going to prepare the drawings by a drafter, and then also the design. Yeah, whatever the data that is required for technical planning, executive engineer will be preparing. And also after preparing the estimate when the work is in progress, and he will be consistently checking the expenditure about the cost of the project, whether it is not exceeding, because when the project work is going to exceed, then it is requires a long procedure to get the amount, because the amendment is very lengthy process. So in most of the cases they are going to make separate orders, so that will delay the budget and delay the bills also. So that the estimate should be very perfect, it has to be practical, it has to be exact, almost not violating more than 40% or 50% or 30%. It will be a big problem. So the executive engineer has to check the expenditure of that is going from his circle or the division. He is going to inspect each subdivisional officer at least once in a year, and report is submitted to SC. In subdivisions there will be junior engineers or assistant engineers or assistant executive engineers who will be working in the office. At least minimum he has to visit the office once in a year, and regarding the organized way of working, regarding the progress, regarding the quality of the organization, he has to give a report to the superintendent engineer. And also each and every work that will be executed, he has to check the quantity of the job. It is minimum he has to take 30% of the MB. MB is called as measurement book, that will be in the jurisdiction of assistant engineer on the, or the section engineer we will call, or junior engineer. He is going to prepare the bills, whatever the measurement is going to take in the site, we will be writing it in pen. And that measurement book, once JE has proposed a bill to the contractor, he comes to the site and he will check the depth or the length of the, if it is a road, he is going to check the length of the road, width of the road at some part, and also depth of the road. So like that, minimum 30% he has to measure it. And also he draws the salary from treasury and makes the salary to the subordinates. So these are the different responsibilities of executive engineer. And also executive engineer is the one who is going to execute eat and drinks, as eat and drink is nothing but awarding the contract to a contractor in a organized manner, transparent manner. So the opening of tenders or sealing opening of tenders, and negotiating with the contractor about the conditions of the contract, all will be prepared by the executive engineer. So, so next is assistant executive engineer. So assistant executive engineer is also called as subdivision officer. He will be the in charge of that subdivision of that independent office. So subdivision, I may call it as taluk. A subdivision office is under the charge of an executive engineer and is unit responsible for supervision and execution of works. In that subdivision, in the jurisdiction of that subdivision, whatever the works that will be happening from public works department, this team will be responsible for the quality and quantity, and for any mistakes that is going to happen or any success that is going to happen, these people will be bearing. So this team has to continuously visit the site, and they have to accept the lot of challenges that will be faced in the site, and they have to troubleshoot it. So I can say that below the AWE, whatever the team is called as site team. Executive engineer visits the site not more oftenly, and also he has to check only 30% of MB. But the site team is continuously having a regular touch with the contractor. They has to compulsorily visit the site and supervise the work. So he will be executing and supervising and managing, and also he is responsible for the progress and quality of the work. Regularly, he will be having meetings with contractor regarding the progress, regarding when the contractor is executing the job. He is responsible for the thickness of the structural elements, the measurement of the elements, whether they are putting proper bars reinforcement in the slab. These things has to be checked by subdivision assistant executive engineer by giving a surprise visits into the site. And if there is any problems, he has to organize a meeting. There was a problem in Mangalore. Cracks was generated when they are executing the concrete roads. After execution of concrete roads, there were cracks that was generated. The cracks were generating because of excess of heat in the work were executing in March and April. So there was more, the temperature was around 38 degrees centigrade. So at that temperature, there will be shrinkage of concrete. So the meeting was organized by AWE, and after the meeting, they concluded that during concreting, a plastic cloth has to be put on above the concrete road so that it is not going to be exposed to the sun. And also evening concreting was also promoted, also like that. So whatever the problems that are going to come in the site has to be addressed, and it has to be controlled. The project also, if it is going from the hand with respect to the time, and he also supervise the budget. He is responsible for the measurement of completed works and payment mode. So the section engineer, whatever the measurements he is going to take, He is AW is also equally responsible for that. He has to go into the site with section engineer and he has to take all the measurements of the works. If it is item rate contract, then he has to payment. He is the head of the subdivision and controls the assistant engineer and junior engineer. So under him there will be assistant engineer, junior engineers that will be reporting, and he has to lead them and motivate them continuously with respect to getting the job done. So after assistant executive engineer, under him there will be two section engineers, assistant engineer and junior engineer. So assistant engineer will be responsible for the following works. He has to arrange and supervise the actual execution of all the works in his subdivision in accordance with the sanctioned estimate, specifications and drawings. So what happens is, say for example, I'm going to take an example of a small village where a small village people request to provide a good road to the village. So that request will be processed from the member of legislative assembly to the public works department through the chief engineer. It will be directed to the subdivision office. Subdivision office, the assistant engineer is going to make the survey. He is going to prepare the for small works. I am going to saying for bigger works, it will be executed under chief engineer's office itself. For the smaller works, the estimates will be prepared, the specifications will be prepared, and the drawings also will be prepared by the assistant engineer. And he is going to prepare the technical planning. Then under the chief engineer, executive engineer is going to float the tender, and chief and executive engineer is going to select the contractor as he will be the lowest bidder. After that, the contractor is going to come along with the assistant engineer for the execution of job, and the assistant engineer has to show him the site, and also he has to completely continuously supervise the site also regarding the progress of the work. If there is any bituminous road being going on, he has to measure the thickness of the different layers of the road. If the bitumen is going to be applied on the top surface, make he has to check the reports of the strength of the bitumen and also ductility, the basic tests, grades of bitumen, all those things will be only allowed to enter into the site only after the approval of assistant engineer. To check the measurements of works taken by section officer issued initially in each page of measurement book with date. So usually junior engineer, if he is there, he is going to prepare the bills as a section officer. In the absence, assistant engineer itself has to prepare the measurement book and he has to write the measurement book. Measurement book is nothing but a serially ordered book having columns like serial number, description, length, breadth, depth, and quantity, rate, and amount. Quantity, rate, and amount will be prepared in the abstract. In each and every page, there will be a slot for making the signature of the person who has prepared the bill along with the date. So, assistant engineer's responsibility is he has to continuously sign every page of that book such that he has been 100% thorough with what the measurements has been written in the book. To check the muster roll in respect of labor employed. So there will be deployment of muster roll labor for small maintenance works like drain cleaning works. So like that, he has to visit the site and has to check the number of labors that are present. In a railway department, you can see the people will be clearing of the grass adjacent to the railway lines. So those are all the works that will be done by the muster roll. So like that in the city limits also there will be doing. So those persons will attendance has to be checked by the assistant engineer. He has to check the muster roll, and he also should send the progress report of the work periodically and keep control on the expenditure. An estimate copy will be there in his hand he has to continuously check the items that has being executed. There should not be any exceeding of quantity against the estimate. Otherwise, there will be more expenditure. He has to keep a control on it, and also he has to send the progress report, because there will be a conditions that will be levied on the contractor while giving the work order, that the work has to be completed in 3 months or 4 months or 6 months. Otherwise, if there is no valid reason, there may be chances of the contractor getting blacklisted. And also there are a lot of pressure from public and from the minister also for the early completion of the project. So he has to send a report periodically to the subdivisional office and to the chief engineer's office or executive engineer office based on the requirement. And if the violation expenditure, so contractor will be asking the first person is assistant engineer, because he will be commanding the contractor on a regular basis. And he has to check the stores twice a year and tools and plants once a year. So tools and plants means there are some equipments that will be purchased by the public works department itself. Say for example, it may be an excavator, it may be a road roller, it may be a mixer machine. So these are the equipments which has to be maintained in a regular basis. So assistant engineer has to check them about the condition, and also he has to visit the stores, the construction stores twice a year, and he has to check it. He is also responsible to control over the safe custody of government cash. So nowadays there will be a dedicated accounts department for handling the cash. So these are the different responsibilities of assistant engineer. Next comes the junior engineer. So the diploma students who are watching this class are in the sixth semester, and after completion of sixth semester, there may be requirement of junior engineers in PWD department, and you will be eligible if you have cleared all the semesters, and if the requirement of the government of Karnataka in its notification about the percentage and all, if you are fulfilling it, then if you are going to get the job of junior engineer, and that will be based on the diploma is the basic qualification for junior engineer. So it's a very good chance or opportunity for you to work in this organization. Lot of responsibilities will be there from you, and you require a lot of skills also for executing this job. So when the zones has been divided into circles, circles into divisions, division into subdivisions, subdivisions are also further divided into sections, that each section will be headed by junior engineer, and he is also called as section officer. So he works on the scratch, that is he should collect engineering data for estimates and preparing rough drawings and site plan connected. Since he is allotted a section, a small section of village or small section of taluk, and that in that total villages, for any works that is being come up, he will be going into site, he will be taking the measurement, he will be taking the surveying instrument, leveling instrument for preparing the estimate for the road work. If it is a building, he is going to do the topographical survey, he is preparing the estimate, item rate, and also he is using the AutoCAD software, he is going to prepare the plans. So there are a lot of technical planning or technical documents what is required for floating a tender, that will be prepared by the junior engineer. He should supervise and see that all works under his charge are done according to the specification, drawings, and standards laid down. So the junior engineer is actually continuously he will be in the site, and he will be supervising the job, and he will be checking the drawing whether the project is being executed as per the drawing. It may be about the width of road or length of road if it is a building, number of columns, alignment of columns, and the dimensions of the beam, thickness of slab, reinforcement provided. So all the things has to be supervised by the junior engineer. He has to keep government material in his custody and care maintain proper accounts of receipts and balances. That is also the responsibility. He has to prepare bills and abstract of measurements at the time of preparation of bills. So there will be two types of bills: regular bills and bills will be prepared at the end. In regular bills means if the project is big, contractor demands money, then he will be preparing the regular bills. In regular bills, he has to go along with contractor and he has to take the length and width and depth of all the structural elements. And according to the estimate, he has to write the all the measurements in the measurement book. There should be 100% matching between measurement book and the site conditions, because there will be checking of bills from assistant executive engineer. Executive engineer will be checking 30% of the quantity. So 100% it has to meet the 100% there should be match of the quantities which is written in the paper and in the site conditions. And the tolerances will be as per Indian standards. Other than that, there has to be no violation. And after abstract preparation of abstract, the bill will be submitted to the executive engineer and then into accounts department, and the contractor will be giving the amount. These are the different responsibilities of junior engineer, and also he has to take care of safety also, because recently we were hearing in the newspaper that there is a law which has been that no person should be allowed to enter into the manhole for cleaning it. So in spite of that, some person or some contractor has put a person into it for cleaning, then he was suspended from duty, and the contractor also, the criminal case has been registered. And also if there is any safety violations to the public, the junior engineer will be responsible. So lot of responsibilities there for the junior engineer. So these are the different uh, professionals that comes under the organization of Karnataka Public Works Department, starting from the Minister of PWD, the Additional Secretary for Government of Karnataka PWD, sorry, Chief Secretary, Secretary to Government of Karnataka PWD, Chief Engineer of Communication and Buildings North Zone, South Zone and National Highway, Superintendent Engineers, Chief Engineers, sorry, Executive Engineers, Assistant Executive Engineers, Assistant Engineers and Junior Engineers. So let's answer some multiple choice questions. The central and state public works department works under the control of option A engineer, option B minister, option C manager, and option D coordinator. Right answer is option B minister will be heading this government. The three zones coming under public works department are option A communication and building north, east and west zone, option B communication and building north, south and west zone, option C communication and building north, south and national highway, and option D communication and building east, west and national highway. The right answer is option C communication and buildings north zone, communication and building south zone, and national highways. The three zonal offices of Public Works Department will be headed by option A Chief Project Manager, option B Executive Engineer, option C Chief Engineer, and option D Superintendent Engineer. The right answer is option C. Chief Engineer is the head of the zonal offices. There are three offices under Public Works Department. Who is the administrative head of Public Works Department and responsible to government? Option A Superintendent Engineer, option B Director, option C Executive Engineer, and option D none of these. The right answer is option D none of these, because Chief Engineer is the administrative head of Public Works Department. who inspects various works in his circle and also stores of the division, and he controls the budget grants and allotments of funds in his circle. Option A, assistant engineer. Option B, executive engineer. Option C, chief project manager. And option D, superintendent engineer. The right answer is option D, superintendent engineer, who has to inspect each subdivisional officer at least once in a year, and report should be submitted to SC, that is superintendent engineer. Option A, chief engineer. Option B, superintending engineer. Option C, assistant engineer. Option D, none of these. The right answer is option B, none of these, because executive engineer will be the one who will be inspecting the subdivision office once in a year, and he will be sending those report to the SC. What is the role of junior engineer in Karnataka Public Works Department? Option A, the engineer recording measurement of work done by the contractor. Option B, engineer collecting engineering data for estimates and preparing rough data and site plans. Then option C, engineers preparing abstract of measurement at the time of preparation of bills. And option D, all of the above. The right answer is option D. All the three are the responsibilities for a junior engineer in Karnataka Public Works Department. So D is the right answer. What is the role of assistant engineer in Karnataka Public Works Department? He should initial in each page of measurement. He should check at least 30% of measurement of MB. He is responsible for measurement of completed works and payment mode. And option D, he controls the budget grants and by allotment of funds in his circle. The right answer is option A. He has to initial in each page of the measurement book that is prepared by the section engineer, that is junior engineer, because the 30% of measurements of MB will be checked by executive engineer, and also for the measurement of completed works will be done by junior engineer, and the budget allotments for his circle will be done by superintendent engineer. The ninth question, which statement is correct? Option A, the divisions are under the control of circles. The circles are under the control of zones. Subdivision is divided into number of sections. Option D, all of the above. The right answer is option D. All the answers are correct. The circle under Karnataka Public Works Department is headed by option A, chief engineer. Option B, superintendent engineer. Option C, assistant engineer. And option D, executive engineer. The right answer is B, superintending engineer, because zones are divided into circles, circles into divisions, division into subdivisions, and subdivision into sections. So I thank you one and all.